Hello, everybody. Welcome to Beyond the Barricade. It is 8 o'clock. It is our second it is my second interview of the night. We're going to jump into non-Victory Pro Wrestling related interview. And without further ado, I'm going to bring out my guest tonight, the one and only Chris Envy. How you doing, bud?
What's up, buddy? How are you?
What's going on? Last time we had some connectivity issues.
Yeah, man, that's all me. I'll own that. I live in the middle of nowhere in upstate New York, and service is very bad. So if I don't have Wi-Fi, it's a mess. It's my fault.
You got a lot of snow up there?
Yeah, I still have over a foot in my yard right now.
Ooh, wow.
And it's like upper 40s all day today, and I still have over a foot. We got I think we had 26 inches the last storm.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it sucks.
We hardly got anything out here in Long Island this year.
I work like half an hour away from here, and they got like 4 or 5 inches.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
It's horrible.
All right, let's start off with, how did you fall in love with this wonderful world that we call wrestling?
I was a big comic book fan as a kid. So I loved comic books, and flipping through the channels at my grandmother's house, I saw Ultimate Warrior and One Man Gang and these larger than life characters. I felt like it was a comic book came to life. Right. You know, the huge muscles, the painted faces. It was just, I was enamored. It was incredible. I love it.
Who were some of your favorites?
Growing up, as the youngest I can remember, my favorite was Ultimate Warrior because he was something unlike anything I'd ever seen. Right. And then I fell in love with the Rockers because they were doing flips and crazy athletic stuff that I like to do, like on the monkey bars. Like I was heartbroken when they broke up, man. Like legit heartbroken.
It was as unbelievable.
Yeah. So when they broke up, and I hated Sean, but no disrespect to Marty, I wasn't a fan of Marty. I just hated Sean because he broke up the team. But I grew to love Shawn. Shawn Michaels was always one of my favorites. I was a Shawn Michaels guy growing up.
Someone said, you're lying. It's Hogan.
No, man. I've said this on several podcasts. I hated Hulk Hogan. I still hate Hulk Hogan. I've never been a fan. Hulk, if you're listening, I do not like you. Sorry. I don't like him.
What don't you like about Hogan?
I don't like anything about Hogan, man.
Nothing.
I didn't find him athletic. I didn't think he was in good shape. His gear was the most bland and generic gear I've ever seen.
It was kind of
I know he was over. He was ahead of his time, but he was ahead of his time before I was a fan. Right. Once I became a fan, I wanted action. I wanted athleticism. And I mean, even in WCW, he's doing back rakes wearing gloves. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I'm sorry if you like Hogan. We're not on the same team.
Okay. I'm okay with Hogan. I'm a big like you said, Shawn Michaels fan.
Yeah, for sure.
And then when he disappeared for a while, it was Triple H for me.
Oh yeah. How do you not? Triple H stepped right into those shoes. I loved Mr. Perfect as a kid, growing up. But again, the athleticism. I mean, nobody sold the way Kurt sold. Nobody.
No, 100%. I agree. All right, let's go into, now that you fell in love with wrestling, let's go into where you started training. Who are some of your trainers, and what did you learn through that process?
All right. So initially, man, I hope people actually tune into this because I got a lot of. Do you curse on your show?
Yeah, you can curse, but who's right. Travis? Because he knows a lot. He's laughing over there. Travis
is my right hand man. We actually do a podcast together. The Envy Me. Yeah, we do. We just started it a couple weeks ago. He pushed me to do it. He said there's a story that needs to be told, and we're slowly telling it. One of his close friends, Ryan, is our producer. He battle raps. He is our videographer for Dynasty. Travis does a lot, man. He does a lot. He's pushing me to get back in the ring.
Good.
You listen. Interview Travis another time. This is my time to shine right now.
Travis is plugging it. Look, nvmepodcast.com.
There it is. Of course he is.
I love
shameless self-promotion.
We can arrange Travis to come on one day. All right, go ahead. Tell your story.
So I fell in love with wrestling, and I found a friend who one day we were just messing around, and we hit the Hogan Warrior spot from WrestleMania in the backyard. Not planned, not talked. We never wrestled. We never did anything together. We just knew what the spot was, and we hit it, and we laughed, and I fell in love in Colorado. And at like 2:00 in the morning, flipping through channels, we found ECW. It was actually their last episode. First time I had ever seen it. Didn't know anything about it, but there was a commercial on for a local training school that was about 10 minutes away from where I was staying, Rocky Mountain Championship Wrestling. Michael J. Hunt was the head trainer. Sin Ray, they had some amazing talent there. I don't think it's around anymore, but I went in with an ego and a chip on my shoulder. I felt like I knew what I was doing. I felt like I was more athletic than the guys that were there. But like a little bitch, I drove around that building several days before I actually had the balls to go in and see what they were doing.
Right.
One day I drove around, they had the garage door up, and I saw the ring for the first time in my life. I saw a ring that wasn't a WCW ring. And I was like, yo, this is real. But there were a lot of high flyers in there. So I was like, I could do what they're doing. So I signed up. My girlfriend also signed up. And they beat my ass. I didn't know anything. Everything I thought I knew, I did wrong. I didn't know we always worked left. I didn't know any of the terminology. I was garbage, but I still had a chip on my shoulder, arrogant, cocky. So for about 6 months, they beat the hell out of me at training, and I deserved it. I definitely deserved it. Didn't have a character, didn't have gear. My girlfriend's mom made me my first set of gear. I bought a pair of boots from Hot Topic and had them resold. I didn't know what I was doing, man. Yeah, it was garbage. Like the epitome of indie wrestling. Hair past my shoulders. That was like a big afro. It was disgusting. So I did that for it probably wasn't even a year, and then I moved back home to New York. And in New York, the wrestling scene is much different. In Colorado, I wasn't Chris Envy. I was Battle Cat. Because the way I saw it, I used to battle rap, and I saw myself as this scrawny little punk who in the ring felt like I could fight anybody. So I was like, and I love tigers. So I was like He-Man's pet tiger, but when I was in the ring, I became Battle Cat. You know, like I felt like I was strong, and I wasn't this little punk kid. I was, but I didn't think I was. But in New York, the scene was much more real. People didn't have corny cartoon names like the lucha scene did out there. Out here, they were real names. So at my first show, they were like, "Who are you? What's your name?" I was like, "Oh, I'm Battle Cat." No, the hell you're not. I'm not wearing a mask, so I have nothing to go on. And like, who? You need a name. I had like 5 minutes, so I was like, "Well, what's arrogant? What's cocky and conceited? What would make people envy me?" And then there it is.
There it is.
Just gonna go with envy.
Okay, that's cool.
So,
all right, got.
In New York, there's other promotions upstate, or there were at the time, and they assumed I was a self-taught backyard wrestler because I didn't come up with them and I didn't go to the schools that they went to. So I got a lot of heat and a lot of hate that I still have to this day because people don't know my story. They just assume I'm a piece of shit, and I might be, but they assume I'm a self-taught backyarder, and I'm not.
Okay. So after you went, that's a lot to go through that you went through.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
He got ugly for a while.
All right. So now you're going into your first match. Who is your opponent? I guess back by Smoky Mountain, I assume.
My very first opponent was a guy that I stayed with, Tommy Nitro Taylor. He just went by TNT, came out to the song TNT. Okay. In training, it was fun because he was a bigger dude. Probably 6 foot, 250. So he would toss me around, but I trusted him. He would let me try new things because he trusted me. He was a security guard that became a wrestler. My story was I was a referee. He put his hands on me for a couple shows, and then I was trying to get my comeuppance against him, which was stupid. He's a big dude. I'm not. 5'7" at the time, probably 130 pounds soaking wet. I didn't belong in the ring. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I didn't. I was too small, too scrawny. I was very anti-authority, and he beat me from pillar to post. I think it was an 11-minute match. I had maybe 3 moves of offense. But I didn't know how to structure a match. He was kind of green too. He didn't really know. You can find it on YouTube. It's not fun to watch. It's real bad, grainy footage on film still. It's film, 2002. It's old.
All right. So how did you mold yourself to where you wanted to be?
I watched a lot more wrestling, and there were some wrestlers that I trained with that I felt I could be better than. So I watched what they did well, and I tried to, like, if they're better than me at like a spiral tap, a top rope move, I'm not going to hit that because I'm not going to compete with that. I'll look for something else. Right. So I tried to hide my flaws and really embrace I'm not a good chain wrestler. I'm still not. Anybody who's ever seen me wrestle, I probably chain for 30 seconds in a match, and then it's right to the bumps and the psychology. But I knew I couldn't compete with the high flying stuff. I knew I couldn't out muscle a lot of guys. So I had to find things and find my own niche, right. Which seemed to be on the microphone. I was pretty good at talking. Okay. I'm still pretty good at talking shit. That's kind of what I do. It is. It really is.
It is important.
If you can't wrestle, you can still talk people into wanting to see you get your ass kicked.
Absolutely.
I wanted to be a good guy because those are the ones who sell all the T-shirts, but the fans did not see me as a good guy. So that was very short-lived.
All right. Let's go into favorite opponent you've wrestled in your career. And why?
My favorite opponent. So I've had 2 runs in wrestling. The first one was in the early days until I broke my neck, and then in 2008. And the second one would be everything I did after that. So the first run, my favorite opponent would be Tom Ugly. He was my best friend living in Cooksaki. We worked together at a Serta mattress warehouse. We would train together in his backyard. He had a friend who had a ring. We'd go over there and just have fun with matches. We trusted each other. We didn't have to call much. He only beat me once, so it was fun to win, you know. The one time was the only time I've ever tapped out. The second run would probably be D3, the Golden Boy. Danielle Dentiste de Acadia. I'm not saying that right, but he's been in everywhere. NXT, AEW. Oh, really? Yeah, D3, Golden Boy. He's just such a giving opponent. Never tries to outshine anybody. Very, very safe in the ring. He's just fun. And maybe Fox Vineyard, because I can't. Fox. I'm sure you know Fox. Yeah, everybody knows Fox.
He's a big Alf guy.
He is. He is.
Me too. That was my nickname, Alf.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was.
Nice. I love that show, man. From Melmac.
Yeah, he was from. He ate cats.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
He did.
Don't we all?
Oh no, I can't eat my cat. I love that guy.
It's inappropriate. Sorry.
All right, let's go into opponent you would want to wrestle that you haven't wrestled yet.
Oh man, there are so many. I had a real short run.
About a couple.
Probably Anthony Gangone. He was one of my favorite rivals in Massachusetts. Super safe in the ring, so creative. Smiley, I love Smiley. I've always been a fan of his work. Smiley's just you never know what's going to happen in a match with Smiley. So good, so talented. Yeah, I don't know. Those are the 2 that stand out. The game has changed a lot. You know, last time I was active was a couple of years ago, and there's so many different people. Richard Holiday, you know, so many people that have come up the ranks that I've never even heard of that I see, and I'm like, oh, I want to get in the ring with that dude.
Okay.
But it's all a mental struggle right now.
Got you. How did your injury happen, and how long were you out?
So the first one was just wear and tear. In 2008, it was the straw that broke the camel's back was a double axe handle from a guy named Thunderbolt in Rhode Island. I don't know anything about him. Didn't know anything before that. It was just a stiff double axe handle in my upper middle back, but I had taken so much wear and tear in, you know, spiking myself and chair shots and stuff that we don't do anymore, but I did. So it was just too much for me at that time. So then I had surgery, had a plate installed. I took a year off, 11 months off. And then had a good run for a couple of years. Then I started running my own promotion. And when I started running my own promotion, I kind of put myself on the back burner. I stepped away from in-ring competition because I never wanted to book myself as a champion. And it's hard to be on a show and not put yourself in a good spot or a good storyline.
Right.
I didn't like how I looked at the time because I wasn't working on myself. So I had let myself go. I had a belly. I had that double butt, where your butt sticks out from underneath your trunks.
Yeah.
Like that didn't look good. My name's Envy, man. I can't look like a bag of nickels out there.
All right.
So I took some time away. I would put myself in a storyline at Dynasty, and then I'd wrestle here and there. And then 2017, simple spot. I was wrestling D3. We had like a 3-show rivalry. This was supposed to be the blow off. I went for a Hurricane Rana. He thought it was a power bomb. So when I went backwards, he went straight down, and the weight of both of us came down on the back of my neck, and
Ooh.
I woke up 3 hours later in a hospital with a broken neck.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
How was that recovery like?
It was rough because that was the week that we were going into vacation.
It was probably one of the toughest injuries to come back from.
I haven't come back. I just started training.
Chris, I think we lost you. Your audio is off. Oh no. Oh boy. Hold on. Hopefully Chris will be able to come back in a moment. While he is off screen, let's talk about upcoming shows. Let's talk about tomorrow night. I have the Big O. He is coming on tomorrow night. Hold on a sec. All right. Yeah, the Big O is coming on tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. Make sure you come and watch the Big O. He's going to talk about his upcoming match against Matt Cardona at NYWC Aftermath. Make sure you come back tomorrow night for that. Followed by 8 o'clock, another VPW special anniversary event. We will have Nick Robles on. He is coming on the show. He is part of Delta House that consists of Jay Macias and Dante Drago, the frat star. So he'll be on tomorrow night. We'll talk about that. And yes, his sound went, Serena. His sound is gone. He's gone. Hopefully he can jump back on soon. Coming up a little bit later at 9 o'clock is Ricky Reyes. He's coming back at 9 o'clock tonight. 9 o'clock tonight. Who else we got here? Oh, here's one. We have coming up in June. We haven't announced the date yet, but as June comes, we will announce that date. Billy Starks is coming on the podcast. She's going to come and talk about her wrestling journey from beginning to where she is now, one of the hottest rising stars in professional wrestling right now. She could be signed any day now, maybe even right before the podcast. She won't be able to do the podcast. But as of now, she is scheduled to be on in June. We already set a date. We will announce that date later on as we get closer to June. And obviously, we got the VPW anniversary show featuring the return of BSK. BSK is coming back home to Victory Pro Wrestling Saturday night, April 15th. Get your tickets at victoryprowrestling.com. And you can also sponsor your favorite wrestler from Victory Pro Wrestling. There you are, the anniversary show. You can sponsor anyone from Johnny Pretty Boy Collins, the new champion, Eric James, Valentina Vasquez, the women's champion, Mr. Tibbs himself, and a VPW original, Dante Drago, and Chris is coming back. So Desmond Cole is on there, Jay Delta, and Kate Lothbrock. Make sure you go to victoryprowrestling.com. And now Chris is back. Chris, you good over there, man? Yes, we got Nurse
I have
Mike.
no idea what happened. My phone is fully charged. It's my whole phone just reset. I apologize.
Oh, really? It's all good, man. It's all good. Things happen, even to me.
Hold on a second. No, I can't hear you.
All right. While you're doing that, we're going to go back to Victory Pro Wrestling. So, like I said, Kate Lothbrock, you can sponsor him. Jay Delta, Dante Drago, and of course, Desmond Cole, the New York State champion. Go to victoryprowrestling.com. Get your tickets to the show and or sponsorship opportunities for the wrestlers in that program. You got a comment here. Welcome back.
I think we're good.
We're good?
Never a dull moment, man.
Never a dull moment, man.
No,
All right.
I can't hear you. I don't know what's going on with my phone.
Can you hear me? Are we good? Oh, Chris is gone again.
All right. We'll try it without headphones.
Can you hear me?
Nope. I hear it, but it's not coming through as a speakerphone.
Yikes. As you're getting through that, let me talk about NYWC Aftermath. When Broskies collide, the Big O faces back Cardona. Time to settle some unfinished business. On March 25th, 2023 at the NYWC Sportorium in Deer Park. Make sure you go to NYWC to get your tickets for that event. That is coming up next Saturday, and Big O will be here to talk about it tomorrow night. You good?
Yeah, finally. Sorry.
Nah, you're good. You're good. Where were we?
Coming back from the injury.
Coming back from the injury. All right.
Sorry, man. Yeah, it's all it's in my head. I went to training a couple weeks ago. I felt like it's riding a bike. You know, I've taken time off before. I just get in there and do it. I went to a training class with Furio Falcone, Chris Camaro, and I wasn't ready. I was in my head. I was thinking, don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself. And you can't go into anything thinking about not hurting yourself. Obviously, be safe. But, I did this for 17 years. I know what I'm doing. I overthought it. I stiffened up. I held my breath. I tensed up. And when you do that, you're going to hurt yourself. So I pinched a nerve in my neck right away, 15, 20 minutes in. Tried to work it out. Didn't happen. Everybody's giving me shit. Like, this is why you should be retired. This is why you're done. So yesterday we went to a different spot. It was just me, Travis, the owner, and one other trainee, Jeff Nova. And nobody pushed me to do anything. Not that they did the first time, but I felt like I had to do it their way. So I stretched for like a half hour while we're talking, really got into the stretches, deep stretches, world's greatest stretch.
Right.
And then I hit the ropes. I started doing things I knew I could do without hurting myself. So I hit the ropes a little bit. I ran up the ropes, got on the ropes. I did headstands. I did handstand bumps, simple stuff, a little bit of chaining. Today, I was a little bit sore, like 1 to 10. I was at a 2, but it was like the good sore. Like, I remember what this felt like.
Right.
Like all day, I wanted to go back to training today. Like I'm not there, but my goal is April to be ready to have a match in April. I'm not one of those guys who has a list of opponents, as you can tell, because I didn't have any names for you.
That's right.
I have a list of companies I want to work for.
Okay.
I know I have a short, limited run left in me. I know there's a limited bumps, but there are companies that have amazing fan bases that I want to put Chris Envy in front of. I want to be a household name. I don't have to be WWE, AEW, MLW. I don't have to be there.
Right.
But I want you to know who I am.
What are some of the promotions you're thinking of?
I'd love to go back to PPW because they always gave me a home, and I felt like I had a lot of unfinished business there.
Mm-hmm.
Battleground is really picking up speed. Victory Pro always has a packed house. Everything I see there.
Right.
Wrestling is now in Jersey. They're about to blow up.
They're about to start. Yeah.
Yeah. There's just so many, man.
Absolutely. Run by the SATs.
Yeah. Maximos, man. They're such great dudes. They don't get enough praise for. I mean, they've been gone for a minute too, and they came back like they didn't skip a beat.
Yeah.
Awesome dudes, man. Awesome.
I'm working on getting them on too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I actually got invited to be a part of Wrestling Is Now. They're doing a special podcast type media scrum.
Oh yeah.
So I got invited. I don't know if I'll make the Jersey show, but I'm thinking about obviously the Long Island show because they're going to
Oh,
come
for
out with
sure.
Long Island. So
For
yeah,
sure.
hopefully I'll be a part of that.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. They're anything they do, anything they touch turns to gold. So if you got a chance to get in there, you definitely should.
I'm gonna try. I'm a busy guy nowadays, so
I see that. I see that. You got so many people on here, like people that I know. So I was like, oh, all right. You're doing good things, man. Doing good
It's been
things.
crazy, man. I'm trying. I'm just here to have fun. I'm not here to make a name for myself. I'm not here to be like this big deal or anything. I'm just having fun, trying to honor my brother who passed away about 11 years ago.
Oh man, sorry.
And thank you. And this brings me close to him and my son who wants to be a wrestler as well.
Yeah. How old's your son?
20.
Yeah, good for him. Is he training?
He's been hitting the gym hard. No, he's gonna save up to buy a car because he wants to go to Creative Pro. I'm sure you heard of Creative Pro.
Oh, absolutely. They got MJF coming in.
They got it. I know. I saw. But we know a lot of the Creative Pro guys because they work at Victory Pro Wrestling. So
sure.
He's looking forward to starting his Creative Pro journey.
That's
where
awesome.
He wants to be. So we'll see what
happens. For him, man. Good for him. I wish when I first started this, Travis asked me the comeback. He's like, well, how do you see your story ending? Because I don't want it to end with the last vision of me being on a stretcher wheeled out of my own show. That's not how my career ends. Right. No, I want it to end on my own terms, and I don't want to be Ric Flair either, wrestling at 70. I'm old as it is. My goal was
I'm old, man.
Yeah. I wanted to pass the MV name and the torch to one of my kids. I got Maverick Envy he just turned 18 on the 3rd.
Oh, awesome.
Like perfect time. Like, let's start. But he has no interest in wrestling until recently.
Really?
The Bloodline storyline has him really interested.
Oh, yeah.
Huge Dolph Ziggler fan. Dolph Ziggler is like his HBK. So we argue all the time. I was like, Ziggler is like HBK if you bought him on wish.com.
All right.
but he's taken an interest. So we may have to see where that goes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Same thing with me and my son. He's done he used to co-host with me when we did the shows at PPW together. And he's now the reigning defending 23-6 champion.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you that real quick.
He's doing something right.
He's doing something right. There it is right there. Look at that belt. Isn't that great?
Oh, yeah. It's a good looking belt.
That was handcrafted by Bushman in the Outback.
Yeah?
Yeah, true story.
For real?
That's right. Yeah. It was made in Australia. That's impressive. True. I don't know if a Bushman did it, but
well, they got metal, right? Maybe. Probably not.
But yeah,
good looking belt.
Me and you can relate as far as our sons wanting to. Well, in your case, you would follow in your footsteps. In my case, I've been always a big, long-time wrestling fan.
Yeah.
And to see him do that, I mean, I don't know how you would feel about it, but I'd probably start to cry if I see him in his first match.
Yeah, man, it's definitely going to be tough. I asked him tonight. I was like, "You want to go to the gym with me?" And he's like, "No, Raw's on." Like, who are you? Like, since when do you turn that down to watch wrestling? But I'm not knocking it. I'm happy for it.
He's watching Raw now.
Yeah, he is. He's upstairs.
My son too.
Yeah.
And actually, we're gonna hit the gym later on tonight.
Yeah, not me. I wake up at 3:00 to go. I'm not staying up any later than I have to.
Yeah, I hear you. I can sleep in tomorrow. I can wake up at 1.
Good for you.
Yeah, well, I wake up in the morning to put my other son in get him ready for school. He's a freshman in high school, so I'll be up to put him and get him ready, and then I'll go back to sleep.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
That's awesome, man. Go ahead. So your son Maverick, right?
Yeah.
Maverick Envy, is that what he wants to be called?
It is, yep. He could be anything in the world.
Family business.
I hope so. I hope somebody's got to run it.
And you could be you could work with him too to get him there.
I'm hoping. I wanted him to go to training, but his mom was she's moving this week, so she needed his help to pack stuff up.
Okay.
Whatever. You've had all month to pack. You just had to pick today, but whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm in the same boat, man. It's what it is, right?
So next time we're going to Mexico this weekend. So the following Sunday we're going to try and go back to practice. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, where is he going to train at?
As of now, standing 8 in South Glens Falls, standing 8 entertainment. Until the weather gets a little warmer and some of the snow goes away, and then we're going to set up the Dynasty ring in the backyard, so I don't have to drive an hour.
Oh, awesome! Oh, so you're going to train him?
Yeah. At least initially, give him the basics, and then let somebody else put the polish on him.
That's amazing. That's awesome. That's a great bonding with your son.
It is. I hit hard. I don't think he's ready for it, but we'll see.
He might not be ready.
He's bigger than me though, so he's already got 1 foot ahead of where I was. He's almost 6 foot tall, probably 170 pounds, 175 pounds. He puts a little work in, he'll beat my ass. #heel envy.
Do you know who Fran Gambino is?
I'm not good with names. If I saw a picture, probably. Is Fran new?
It kind of looks like Travis. Right? Is it Travis?
I don't know. A Fran, maybe. Travis is a good dude, man. He's going to be part of the training process too. He trained for a long time, actually. Travis trained for 2 weeks. Not under me. He trained some other schmucks.
For a whole 2 weeks?
Yeah. Almost WWE champion at that rate. I mean, that's longer than Dominic Mysterio.
Oh.
Sorry, I shouldn't say.
Ouch.
Sorry, not a fan.
Not a fan, I see.
No, man. He could be great. He could be. I just feel like he's too green and too unpolished to be on TV. Maybe it's jealousy, maybe it's envy. But I just don't feel like he should be there. Not at that role. He's getting better, but I don't want to watch somebody learn and pay their dues on TV. That's where there's so many good talents that aren't being used, and he's getting these spots. But whatever. I could tear wrestling apart all day. I'm armchair quarterback.
Even like get in shape.
Right. We talked.
He's just like a regular guy.
Yeah, exactly. We talked about that at training yesterday. Yep. Same thing with David Benoit. Same thing. You want to wrestle? Hit the damn gym. Hit the gym.
I agree.
You need more than look at Cody. You need more than just a name and a legacy to be a professional wrestler. You can be a wrestler. I was a wrestler, but to be a professional wrestler, you got to hit the gym. You got to look the part. Look at Charlotte. Flair never looked as good as Charlotte does.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, maybe I'm just bitter.
Cody had to leave WWE.
Right. You pay your dues. You put the time in and become your own person. And Dominic even now, like his whole storyline is his dad. Where does he go when his dad retires?
I know, right?
Is anybody going to care? Is there any storyline that you could put him in where people are going to be like, yeah, go Dom?
He needs to get his act together.
He hasn't been relevant since Eddie Guerrero was his poppy. Sorry.
Ouch. All right. Let's go back to you now. Wow, you got a lot going on there.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I try to stay busy. I used to try to get my name out there with TV. Tried my own wrestling company because I wrestled for a lot of really bad ones, which is, that took priority. Took a lot of years away from my in-ring career.
Okay.
But we're trying. I got one run left. I feel like I do. I'm in the best shape of my life. Definitely in better shape than I was when I was wrestling.
Are you gonna? Sorry, God.
No. I just got to see how much I can take.
Are you going to restart the company and maybe do that?
So New York has a lot of red tape.
Oh, yeah.
You got to have a $20,000 surety bond. You got to have insurance, $2 million liability insurance. You got to have a license, $500. You got to be fingerprinted. All this you got to have a doctor at the event. You got to have an ambulance at the event.
Too.
Right. Yeah. Neurosurgeon. Yeah.
I've seen it.
It's just we ran a reunion show. Travis was there. He was a big part of it in October of last year after 4 years away. and I would love to do it again full time, full board. Truth is, yes, I plan to do it. At least one more run because I have all the equipment, I have the ring, everything is in storage, and I'm paying for storage. So if I'm not going to run shows, I need to get rid of it, and I can't get rid of it without at least giving it one more shot. It's an ego thing.
Okay.
I'll try one more time. My paperwork's already in. I'm just waiting for the state comptroller to approve it. And then we'll try. We'll do a couple shows. As long as I don't lose money, we'll keep running. We'll keep rolling with the punches. If I lose money on any show for any reason other than weather or something, I'll be done and I will sell everything. I'm old. I need to spend time with my kids. I was obsessed with it before. I was running shows every month. I moved to South Carolina, driving 16 hours up on a Friday, get here Saturday morning, do the show, pack up, drive back 16 hours, and go to work that night to break even. It just wasn't worth it. In the beginning, it was. Mike King was my business partner. He was a great partner in the beginning. In the end, we had different visions for the company, and my vision of losing money was not the same.
Yeah, I mean, the owner that I work for, he's always hustling all the time, doing the
You
same
have to.
thing. Like,
You have to.
ring rentals all over.
Right. And that's something I've been asked before if I wanted to rent the ring. And again, because it's in New York, I don't have my own trailer. I have people's trailer I can borrow. I can rent a U-Haul truck. But if I'm renting a truck at $1 a mile plus gas, I mean, it's a couple $100 just to actually get it there and back. Not even making any money for me. So it's just not feasible.
Yeah, I 100%. Any are you bringing back talent, or are you going to start fresh?
Dynasty, we always prided ourselves on doing a 50-50 split. A lot of regular guys, mostly homegrown guys. And then we'd like to bring in new people. There's a lot of people. Captain Wayno will definitely be brought back. Love to have Christina Marie, Rick Recon, Fox Vineyard. There's a Pretty and Gritty. There's a lot of homegrown talent that were always loyal to me no matter what. Mike Verna, Richard Holiday, always loyal, always great people, never disrespectful, always cleaned up the locker room, like just team players. But then there's so many, you can only do so many shows with the same talent. Like you got to have new people, bring in fresh faces, make new fans. So 50-50.
A lot of promoting too.
Yeah. But I like that. I like to talk a lot. Travis will tell you. I like to talk. So promoting, getting my name out there, getting the name of the company out there, they go hand in hand now.
Good. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of doing the same thing over here, even though it's not my company, but I love this company. I've been there for a long time, and I will support it 100%.
Well, that's awesome. That's what you need, though. That's how ECW was built. On loyal fans and loyal friends. Like, hey, I can draw. Let me make your shirts.
All right. Absolutely. 100% agree.
Oh, she said she loves Fox. You're the only one that loves Fox. The only one. Other than
I love
Fox
too. He's an Alf guy. How can I not love him? He loves Alf.
I think he just said that because he watched your episode before where you were talking about it.
I've never. I don't think I've talked about it until that episode.
Yeah. No, Fox is a good dude. I just give him shit every chance I get. We were actually talking earlier today.
Really? In fact, I showed him my NECA figure that I got of Alf.
Do you really?
He's like, oh shit, that's out too? Oh fuck.
Yeah.
I gotta get that.
They kind of look alike, actually, Fox and Alf.
That's what they said about me. Chris, plug away your social. Oh, wait, here it is. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
There it is.
Yes, look at that. That's awesome. That's so cool.
Fox, if you're watching, look. I know you
look
got
at that. Wow.
It's the green screen. Hold on, let me take the green screen off for a moment. And then we'll show everybody Alf, who doesn't know Alf. There it is.
Yeah, I legit thought that was your house. Yeah. I really did. That's awesome. Did you really? Look at that. Yeah, I did. I was like, yo, this guy plays the piano too?
I wish I was that talented, man.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. That's awesome. Alf, man. I can hear the theme song in my head right now to Alf.
I had you fooled with the background.
You did. You definitely did. I was like, wow, no wonder this guy's got everybody on. He's got money.
All right, Chris, plug away all your socials as we say good night.
I'm on Facebook at chris.envy, I think. I don't remember Facebook. Just look it up on Facebook. Instagram, TikTok, all those fun things. It's the Chris Envy, all one word, or everything you need to know anywhere you want to find me. It's at envypodcast.com.
Awesome.
Envymepodcast.com. Sorry, I'm an idiot. I don't handle the site. Travis does all that. Envymepodcast.com.
Definitely check out the podcast. I know I will check it out when I get a chance. And hey, if you want to come back, you promote your promotion when you have it all together, let me know. And
Yeah, for sure.
Up. We'll talk.
Absolutely, I'd love to. This was
all
fun,
right,
man. This was a lot of fun. You do a great job, man. A lot of these podcast interviews are super boring and dry, but this was great.
You know, I like to have fun. I mean, I'm like this at my regular job. I joke around all day. Like you have to have fun because if you don't, you're going to be serious and depressed.
Right. True. Life is too serious.
I already have an ex-wife.
Me too. She's moving this weekend. If anybody wants to slash brake lines or tires.
I wish she would move too.
I'm kidding.
But that's not happening.
Nah, we're not that bad. She's bad. Never mind.
Oh, look, Chris wants to put over the Young Bucks. Don't let him forget.
Oh, hey, BG, that's the producer on the podcast. Fuck the Young Bucks. I don't like them. No, that's not true. I love them as people. They're great dudes. I'm just not a fan of their work. And I'm not. Ryan, I hate you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. A few times. Yeah. We worked together in, where was that? RWE in Massachusetts. Super great dudes. Super, super humble. I don't know if they are now. I don't think they are now, but they were definitely humble at the time.
People change when they get famous, man.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
I've seen it firsthand.
Hey, there's only one way to find out, man. We got to get famous.
I'm not going to mention names.
Come on, this is your show. You say whatever names you want. I call people out all the time.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, see, I'm not worried about burning bridges. I'll blow that shit up.
We'll talk after camera.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, everybody. Thank you, everybody. We'll be back in a few with Ricky Ray.
Enjoy the rest of your show, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Hold on for a second, Chris. Everybody else, have a good night. We'll see you in a few.